Yep, that's right. Chris Wilder is back. After 7 months out of management, the Yorkshireman has taken over the helm at Middlesbrough, and I am absolutely delighted to say that Chris is joining us now. Chris, a very, very good morning.
Morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Morning, Chris.
Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Ali.
Oh.
Chris, first of all, mate, many congratulations. Were you getting to the fever where the missus was just wanting to kick you out of the house? You had to get back working, mate.
100%. The more golf I played, the worse I got as well. But that didn't improve. People just kept taking money off me all the time.
I had to get back in the job quick and sharp, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Chris, tell us what life is like at the moment, back in the dugout. How excited are you just to get back to work, and how are you finding life in the city so far?
Yeah, brilliant. The buzz of it all around the training ground's great, and I'm back to work, as you said. Been working full time for 20 years, so a major break for me, which obviously people said that I might have needed after the last run that we had in the Premier League. But no, it's in the blood, and getting in the change room, getting amongst everybody is great. And I've joined a fabulous club with fantastic facilities, stadium, and a really understanding, positive chairman in Steve Gibson.
Did you feel like the break that you've had, Chris, because like you said, you've been in the job for so long without any break, did you feel like you learned anything about yourself? Did anything positive come out of that time? Yeah,
of course. I think reflection, you always talk about reflection. You reflect on your week's work, you reflect on a match, half the season or whatever. I think it's really important. The thing that it doesn't give you, working at the level that we've worked at, is enough time to do it. So obviously, I've had 7 months to do it. Listen, I'm honest with myself as anybody is. That there's certain things that we could have done better in the back end of my time at Sheffield United. There's certain stuff that you couldn't control, but ultimately, the next challenge, the next mountain to climb is one in front of me, and I'm delighted. The fit is a great fit for me, and one of the things that I've talked about in a couple of interviews I've done already is, a perfect fit in terms of the people I'm working for, and hopefully, myself and my staff can bring the qualities that we've shown at our previous clubs to Middlesbrough, because it's been a long time out of the Premier League, and having a little taste of the Premier League, what we've had in our careers, we definitely want to get back in there.
Chris, I want to ask you, mate. It's funny because you always get asked, and players always get asked, what coaches would they like to play under, what managers would they like to play under. It's a funny one because I'm going to ask you, because I've never met the chairman, Steve Gibson. But he looks as though he'd be a brilliant fella to work for. Just the way he handles himself, the way he handles the fans, the managers. Is that the case?
Yeah, definitely. I think what he's done for the area. He's a local guy. He's transformed the club in his years. They had some fabulous early successes, and I think as we all know, the competitiveness of the Premier League, and it's so difficult to keep that going. So it's been a downtime in his reign, but I've met him and spoke to him and had some great conversations. And I think one of the things that you look for, Ali, is when you're speaking to the chairman, is how ambitious is he still is, because of the success he's had. UEFA Cup, Premier League, finals, major finals at Wembley, top 10 finishes. And now, they've been, a mid-table, top end of the table championship club for a few years now. So what's his drive like? What's his desire like? Mate, it's as big as ever. And that's music to my ears.
Hi, Chris. Cole. What is success for you in the short term? And also, what would be success for you long-term wise?
Well, I think you've seen, the longevity in my career overall, and the clubs that I've worked for. I've not just dived in and dived out after a year. So, this is a long-term project for me. That the club have put a sporting director in place, which I'm delighted to be working with closely alongside. And the owner lets you manage, and he makes that choice. I'm delighted he's chosen me, because it's a coveted job. I understand that, and delighted that he's trusted me to do that. I think short term, you look at the Championship, and it's as tough as ever. It's as fierce as ever, competitive as ever. I think the top 3 teams at the moment are excellent sides, and some really good sides in behind them. But I think there's plenty in the season. You look at it, and a team wins 3 or 4 games on the spin, which you can do, and all of a sudden you catapult yourself up from 17th, 18th into the top 6. So looking to do that. There's some talented boys here. You want to put your stamp on it. You want to make sure in January you bring some players in to help the group. But there's still something in this season for us, and that's what we'll be talking about when I meet the players today.
In terms of managers moving on, we were just talking about this, in fact, all morning really, because at the moment it just seems like there are so many managers that are being moved on and new managers being brought in as well. Dean Smith, I think, was the one that shocked a lot of people over the weekend. How tough is it? Because you've been there, leaving a job and a club that you love so much.
Yeah, of course, and Dean will be hurting. I think he's done an incredible job, where they were in the Championship, the run that they went on, and I was at Wembley that day when they beat Derby County, and stood next to Dean and Jack Grealish, and I could feel the emotion of what it meant to them, and it meant the same to me. And he'll be desperately in, but that is, as everybody spoke about over the weekend, the ruthlessness of the Premier League and football in general. Frank Lampard, did a great job, and then all of a sudden, bang, he's gone. Daniel wins at the weekend, and it's really difficult for the promoted teams in going into the Premier League, as everybody sees. He's gone, and it's a tough gig. It's tough business, and I think it's really it does always amaze me how flippant people feel about managers losing jobs. I'll just get rid of him, and a lot of things are affected by that. And but we all understand the rules, and we all have to abide by them.
Yeah, I've actually forgotten my question I was going to ask you. Lee Clayton just walked in the room and threw me off.
Just for the benefit of everyone listening, Lee Clayton is the boss of talkSPORT, and he's a massive Hammers fan, and they just sat there just going to each other basically with no words. Oh my God, we're third. You ruined the show. We're going to win the league. You ruined the show. Sorry, Chris.
I've got it. Sorry. Sorry, Chris. No. I was wondering. Are you going to be bringing anybody in the transfer window? Like, because obviously the players that you got there, you're going to have to work with from now till January. Have you been promised any cash for the window?
Well, we're working towards that window. It's not going to be an overnight change. So we're working to bring the players that we want to bring in that suits the way we want to go about it. So yeah, the owner and the sporting director have been very supportive, and I think one of the things the club has and always will be is an attractive club to come and join. It's a top club, without a shadow of a doubt. It fits for me. The character of the supporters, the area that it's situated in, and they love their football. I love the football, and we'll be doing our best, whether it's a transfer window, whether it's to put a bit more structure in place here for a long term, vision in terms of getting things in place so we can move forward and hopefully be consistent with everything. So we'll be looking to do some stuff in the window.
Chris, I was going to say to you, it's funny how football throws up some fixtures and things like that, and clearly wishing you all the best, and you've got a new job and a new challenge ahead of you. However, I couldn't help but notice on January the 1st, New Year's Day, you take your borough side to Sheffield United. That'll be some. That'll be emotional.
You're going to get booed, Chris.
I ain't seen that one. I didn't know that one.
New Year's Day, it's amazing, mate. I was just looking at the fixtures. It's absolutely amazing how it sometimes throws fixtures up. And New Year's Day, 12:30, you take Borough to Sheffield United. Amazing that.
Yeah, that'd be great for me. I'll have a bit of an headache that morning. About 4 o'clock, and then all of a sudden thinking, oh dear me, I've got to get down the road.
Oh my goodness!
They're two fabulous football clubs. You know how much Sheffield United means to me, and whatever as it does, and I think everybody up here will recognise that. But this is a fabulous football club. Very much, there are a lot of similarities between both, and if we can have the success. I think that there's an asterisk next to that last season, weren't they? It wasn't really a real season, was it?
Didn't count.
Let's wipe that one out. Have a bit of success as we did there. I'll be absolutely delighted, and I'll be working as hard as ever to try and bring that to Middlesbrough.
Just a quick one as well, Chris, on Aaron Ramsdale, because we watched him at the weekend. Obviously, he's been great for Arsenal since he's came in. They're bottom of the league when he made his debut, and now they're up to 5th at the moment. What have you made of his time at Arsenal?
Oh, brilliant! Fabulous. I'm delighted for Aaron. He's a great guy. It was a tough period for him, as it was for everybody. We had a few young players there at Sheffield United, and it's there's no hiding place in there, especially when you're not getting results. So I think it just shows you what his character's about. It was I talked to Steve Round about Aaron when the potential he was moving, and delighted for the boy. And you've seen the connection he has with the supporters, and in the England squad, it opened up a little bit for him, Laura, in the summer, with a couple of injuries, with Dean Henderson being injured and Nick Pope, and he took his chance incredibly well and impressed everybody, and he's continued to go from strength to strength. So I'm delighted for him.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday morning 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.